हाय बडीज, होप यू आर ऑल वेल। आज हम अनुभव के एपिसोड 6 पे पहुंच चुके हैं और हमारे साथ है हॉटेस्ट 100 करियर्स बुक के ऑथर मिस्टर कमाल आसिफ। मिस्टर कमाल आसिफ हैज नियरली ट्रेवल्ड टू मोर देन 37 कंट्रीज। तो वो इतना सारा विजडम आप लोगों के लिए लेकर आ रहे हैं एंड ही इज राइटिंग हिज नेक्स्ट बुक जिसका टाइटल है फेल फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट इन लर्निंग। सो वेलकम कमाल आसिफ जी ऑन आवर शो।
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thanks to all the listeners as well. Thanks to all the viewers. Thank you much.
थैंक यू सो मच सर। सर, एक आपसे सवाल पूछना है हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए। वो जानना चाहते हैं कि आप पहले बताइए, आप इतनी सारी कंट्रीज पे कैसे ट्रैवल कर लिया? हाउ डिड यू स्टार्ट योर कॉर्पोरेट जर्नी? हाउ डिड यू स्टार्ट दिस एंटायर जर्नी?
पिछले it's been like 23 years since I'm working, and I have started working with an education company owned by the biggest group in India, which was Tata Megro Health. And from there I got into this I started meeting the school educators and school owners, principals, and spent 1.5 years with them. And then I moved to the same group, but I moved into finances and then to the paint company, and eventually destiny brought me to Dubai, where I've started as a banker, worked with different banks for almost 6 to 7 years. And surprisingly, बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों को इस पे ताज्जुब होगा that I took a sabbatical. I wanted to, in fact, do something in the field of education because मेरे पिताजी, he has been a professor, retired professor of sociology. My brother has been a teacher. He's in Harvard, Boston. और सारे हमारे यहाँ पढ़ाई लिखाई का शुरू से माहौल है. So I wanted to do something in the field of education. So I took a sabbatical of almost 3 years, started my own company in the field of career assessment and psychometric test, and I wrote a book as well, which you have just mentioned, Hottest 100 Careers. This is about career option for the next 50 years, and this has been quite, I could say that it's been successful because we have sold almost 10,000 copies in English as well as in Hindi, and because of that मुझे बहुत सारे स्कूल्स में, कॉलेजेस में स्टूडेंट से बात करने के लिए और पेरेंट्स से बात करने के लिए बुलाया जाता था कि आप उनसे बात करें और बताएं कि करियर में आगे क्या क्या आ सकते हैं, what kind of options to choose. And then as destiny would have it, I came back to Dubai on a very lucrative offer, which was offered, the job was offered to me by one of my ex-colleagues. So I came back again, but I have never left the field of education, and you can say I've never stopped writing. So even after that, I was blogging. I keep going to India. I normally travel to India every second month. I'm in India. Like I'll be in India next week, and then I'll be in India in the last week of June as well. So I keep traveling. I have never lost that touch. When you have asked me that how come I have traveled so much, so traveling, I believe, makes you wiser beyond belief. It actually provides you the kind of exposure which none can match that experience. What traveling provides you. I believe travel teach you a lot, frankly speaking, and it's a never-ending process. So first I started traveling because of my job. I used to go to different countries for recruitment for my companies and the banks where I have worked for. Then I have started traveling for attending conferences and going for certificate courses and all that. And then I have started traveling for business purposes. And then I have started traveling for pleasure with family, with my kids. And then I have also traveled alone, sometimes just to explore places and things like that. So yes, I have to get a new passport because they don't add new pages in the passport after the new rules. So I keep getting new passports every 3-4 years. That's for sure.
Wow.
And that's it. I'm still in with corporate. I work for a key company, but yes, I have kept the flame on. I have just completed the book as you have mentioned, Fail First Attempt in Learning, and most probably we'll see it going out in the market by the last week of July. So that's where we are.
So congratulations to you for being able to publish that book. And I can very well understand कि traveling से कितना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. So I keep telling a lot of my students कि आप अगर internationally travel कर रहे हो, go to your neighboring city, go to any place, but just travel. With so much experience from different industries, Kamal sir, you have also written a book about career. So क्या है, what is the latest trend which career students should actually opt in? मतलब कौन से हैं अच्छे careers जो student को अब जाना चाहिए in this century and especially after AI has picked up?
देखिए, एआई के पिक करने के बाद अब ये मेरा ये मानना है कि हर 10वें साल में, especially every 10th year, you see a new trend. Like in 2000, when early, like the millennial started, we have seen everybody was talking about Y2K. Everybody was getting into that course or program that's an easy way out. That everybody was learning Y2K and how to solve that problem. The dates were becoming 000 and things like that. So I believe currently, yes, AI is certainly picking up, but by the time it will become big, especially in a country like ours, especially in India, we will be ready and we will be far more knowledgeable about it than what we are today. Um,
True.
when you talk about what is the latest trend, I would say now students after COVID, the world has in fact changed, and you would agree with me on that. Now
Yes.
there are a lot of people who doesn't want to go back to that 9 to 5 job scenario anymore. There are a lot
True.
of people who want to work at their own pace or at their own convenience, frankly speaking. So now this is a huge change in how you perceive your career. In fact, COVID has let us realize, it has actually made us realize that how important our close people, families, health, and so many other things are. So you are
Very
doing
true.
fantastically well in your career. You're making awesome money. You're driving a brand new, fantastic car in the market, and next morning you don't know what will happen to you. So I believe COVID has changed it because Indian people wants to now have some time for themselves. In India, even I have worked in India, it's very common that you're going to office, like, you're reaching office at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're coming out only at 12 o'clock. And it's very normal. It's very considered to be
Hmm.
very normal. But how many people and how many students, especially who are looking at career, wants to do that? So it's not
Yes.
about what AI is doing, but what are your priorities? And I want to understand, like everybody, like anybody who is getting into career, who has just completed education, and he feels that now he's ready to take the leap. He wants to get into a full-time job or business or startup, whatever he wants to do. The first thing what he should prioritize, frankly, what he want in life. If he is looking for big money, if he is looking for family time, if somebody, he or she is looking for work-life balance, if he is looking for peace, or that's how you perceive. So it's not a matter of, well, what's the trend, what is happening in the world. It's now the matter of what you aspire for, and
Hmm.
basically this is what it is all about. If you aspire for peace, you should look for a career option in teaching. You should opt for teaching, but it actually gives you a lot of time to contemplate. It offers you holidays. If you get into a nice college or an institute, you get a summer holiday or a winter holiday where you can write, where you can read, where you can travel. Yes, I agree, it doesn't offer you the kind of money a corporate honko will make, but it's your priority. So many people ask me this, like on every month basis. I keep this question, this coming to me. Okay, tell us what is the latest trend. So I ask people not to confuse career with passion, frankly speaking. That in
Oh,
the beginning of
very rightly
winter,
said.
beginning of summer, somebody says that velvet is the color, and this time it's the violet or something like that. It doesn't work like that. And engineering must be the thing to do in 90s, frankly speaking. But I don't think so. Engineering, you don't need to get into a 4-year course. You can do better than that in a 2-year course if you choose the right one. And I have seen people doing that. I have seen people doing fantastically well just after doing an 8-month course from a very nice institute, which suits him as well as suits the market. So
Okay.
I'm very clear since beginning that it's up to a person what he's looking at instead of what's there in the trend.
ओके 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 वेरी राइटली सेड मतलब अपने अंदर से झांक कर बताओ कौन सा करियर बनाना है rather than looking outwards. You have to introspect in yourself, what is your passion, what are your abilities and what do you want to actually achieve. मतलब अच्छा एक backward reasoning का आपने approach बताया कि end पे पहुंच जाओ कि what sort of a life you want. If you want a peaceful life, then you look back and look at all the alternatives that are there. कि आप teaching, writing इन सब चीज़ों में जा सकते हैं. If you want a hustling life, then you know that you need to get into strategy consulting या banking इस तरीके sectors में. So I can understand where you're coming from. So let's choose it this way. अगर किसी को मान लीजिए बहुत पैसा कमाना है, what is that one degree a student should do? या डिग्री कर ली है तो what is that one career they should go for?
देखिए, बहुत पैसे कमाना है या किस स्टेज पे कमाना, मैं आपको अपना एग्जांपल देता हूँ. I'll just give you my example. So when I got into commerce, मैं कहाँ से हूँ, देखिए, मैं ओरिजिनली पटना से हूँ. वहाँ कोई भी कॉमर्स नहीं पढ़ता. जब मैंने लिया था 92 में, जब मैंने 10th किया और उसके बाद लिया, तो मेरे मामा और इन लोगों ने कहा क्या तू बनिया बनेगा, प्लीज डोंट माइंड माय फ्रेंड, बट दैट्स व्हाट एवरीबॉडी वाज आस्किंग मी. कॉमर्स, अरे भाई साइंस लो, अरे तुम्हारे से कुछ नहीं हो सकता तो तुम आर्ट्स ले लो, कॉमर्स में कौन जाता है. सो यू नो, पीपल दे ऑलरेडी हैव दिस प्री कंसीव्ड नोशन इन देयर माइंड कि ये करेगा. बोले पहले कहते थे ना कि खेलेगा कूदेगा तो बनेगा खराब और पढ़ेगा लिखेगा तो बनेगा नवाब. नाउ द थिंग इज दैट खेलने कूदने वाले जो साल में कमाते हैं आईपीएल के लड़के, हमारे अपने से तो पूरी जिंदगी नहीं कमा पाते.
True.
We have seen sports changing life of the poorest of the poor people. There are plenty of examples. So जो थ्योरी थी वो सब खत्म हो गया कि क्या हो सकता था क्या नहीं हो सकता था. अब मैंने जो कॉमर्स +2 करने के बाद और फिर आगे सोचने के बाद मुझे लगा कि यार every commerce student frankly at our time wanted to be a CA, क्योंकि वो पिनेकल था कॉमर्स की पढ़ाई का कि भाई चलो सीए कर लेंगे, सीएफए कर लेंगे. दैट एवरीबॉडी यूज्ड टू थिंक. उसके अलावा कुछ पता होता नहीं था. तो मैंने कहा कि सीए जानना, सीए समझना, लेट्स गो एंड वर्क विद अ सीए. तो मैं दिल्ली गया और दिल्ली में मैंने बहुत बड़े फेमस सीए हैं, आई स्टिल टॉक टू मिस्टर जॉन जैन साहब के, मैंने आर्टिकल क्लर्क की नौकरी कर ली. और ये मुझे लगता है कि मेरी जिंदगी का बहुत बहुत जबरदस्त डिसीजन है. मैंने नौकरी करी और मुझे 3 महीने में समझ में आया कि बाय दैट टाइम a CA sees real money is 45, 47 because that's when he gets his name. You know, Kamal, Asif and company, chartered accountant and all that. That's very real money. So I believe, I thought, I actually thought, and I talked to myself that what I'm going to do with that money at 45. Should I wait for that money at the age of 45 or what are my goals? Believe you me, I have completely let go of that idea after 3 months of working with Mr. Jain in his office. I have realized this is not for me. This is not for me completely. And then I got into, BBM and computer courses, did so many things along. Because what you're talking about of other people, I can talk about mine. For me, at one point of my life, money was very important. At that point, and I have always been a people's person. Let's solve things. Like, no, I never get like frustrated with situations. That okay, I have always believed in my life, if there is a problem, there must be a solution. And the reason why I got into MBA. Now, people who get into MBA, people who want to do a BBA, people who want to get into management, the first thing to note, like, you don't have to ask anybody. If you don't like to meet people, and I'm very clear about it, if you don't like to, go out and meet people, you are not embarrassed or you're not ashamed of going to somebody and, hey, my name is Kamal and how do you do? You should get into MBA. If you are not confident on your communication skills, you should never get into an MBA. If you don't think you do have that kind of command over the language, which is English, you should never get into an MBA, because MBA is essentially an American degree. We have just adopted it. And you will see a lot of places in your state, my state, like, this North Indian state especially, where they call it Prabandhan Sansthan. The moment that do it, MBA is long dead and buried, man. There's no MBA at all. So people, okay, you are looking to, so you do have amazing analytical skills. You can count things, you can make out on a single page. You can do analytical, you should go for financial analysts. You should even go for investment bankers. You should even think of financial planners. That's where the money is, and the money is quickly in your life. You are 24, you can still make amazing money. You do have you can feel the pulse of the market. You can advise people where to put in money. You can, I'm talking to my financial advisor currently. I do have a target of I've just told her that I want to invest this much. I'm not looking for a return in the next 2-3 years. This is what I'm talking about. So this person or he or she come back to me with a plan, with a fees or his fees. So you don't need a huge degree for that. There is a very simple financial analyst course, 6 months course, 8 months course, 12 months course available across the world. And in today's time, frankly, Rajiv, you don't need a very famous university to back you up or like, the degree because it's all
Very well
online.
said.
Today,
Yes.
I'm learning Arabic in Dubai from a teacher who is in Banaras. He is a teacher in Banaras University, and I am taking tuition from him sitting in Dubai thrice a week. Just imagine. And so the world have really become a small place, especially after, I would say, I would not blame COVID. I would actually, this was a wake up call for the world because this is now technology is going faster than ever. And
True.
if you don't adopt, if you don't get accustomed to the changes, you will be out of that. I'll not say race, but you will out of vogue because
True.
your skills will not match with the demands of the market.
Hmm.
So this becomes very serious when you talk to people, when you tell them that how do you perceive and what is the trend, where do you think you should go? You should ask yourself, frankly. I have seen people who cannot draw, like who cannot draw a single line straight. They cannot,
Hmm.
and they want to become engineers. How funny is that?
Hmm.
I have seen people, I have seen students who cannot hold, like they cannot bear the sight of blood, and they are doctors.
Hmm.
I know personally somebody who is in a very senior position in police. When he saw a dead body for the first time, he fainted and he was in hospital for 2 days. Now,
That's
these are the
very
things
right. I
when
mean, if
and
now that you have said it, it actually makes so much sense. Matlab, every time one needs to take a decision about their career, they just go out and check कि यार किस एरिया में मेरे को ज्यादा पैसा मिलेगा या कहाँ फीस मिलेगा. They have to actually टेस्ट की उनकी एबिलिटी क्या है. ऑब्वियसली अगर किसी का हाथ शेक करता है तो दे कैन नेवर बिकम डॉक्टर्स इन दैट सेंस. जिसका प्रोफेशन ही हर रोज डेड बॉडी देखना है तो इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम टू सस्टेन. सो पीपल थिंक कि रेस का लास्ट जो लाइन है दैट इज वो करियर पे एंटर करना, बट दे फॉरगेट कि दे हैव टू सस्टेन देयर एंटायर लाइफ बाय बीइंग इन दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोफाइल. अगर आपको टीचर बनना है यू हैव टू टीच. अगर आपको फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट बनता है तो यू हैव टू डू नंबर्स फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. इफ यू हैव टू बिकम
you
अ
should
डॉक्टर यू हैव टू
love
डू
numbers.
ऑपरेशंस.
You should
हाँ,
love fluctuations. You should know how to read a financial times. देखिए
एग्जैक्टली
अमेरिका के
एग्जैक्टली.
ग्रेट बनने का रीजन, अमेरिका कभी नहीं करता. आप फोर्ब्स 500 की लिस्ट उठा के देखो, आप फोर्ब्स बिलियनर्स की लिस्ट उठा के देखो, ये सब वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने नॉर्म्स फॉलो नहीं किए.
या या
100% आप देखना, 99% लोग इसमें वो हैं जिन्होंने नॉर्म्स फॉलो नहीं किए. हमारे लोग कहते हैं ना हाउ, एंड अमेरिका provides opportunity to everybody. When you travel to
यस
US, you see, and you have traveled, you have seen people. There are people who can sing from there, who can tune from their noses, and they are already getting millions for that. People are paying just to listen to that.
हाँ तो
For
I was
example,
amazed. Yeah, please continue.
no, please, sorry, you carry on. Tell me.
So I was amazed. I mean, India में भी I read an article कि साड़ी बांधने के लिए people pay up millions of rupees. So you're very right.
अब आप देखो, फ्रॉम इन द लास्ट 5 years, कुछ बहुत ही जिनको कि अपने घर में मोहल्ले में जिनको कि कहा गया कि दिस गाय इज अनसक्सेसफुल, गुड फॉर नथिंग फेला, ही विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग, ही लुक लाइक अ डॉग. These guys are making million doing stand-up comedy.
Yes. Yes.
There are like,
Yes.
it's a whole breed, it's a whole bunch of people who are doing shows full. Stadium is full for their shows. People want to laugh, people are paying money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody
Very
knew
right.
what is a stand-up comedian 10 years back. Nobody knew. US, it is like famous. There's some very, very famous guy. But for India, yeah, hi, what's stand-up? Now people are actually paying for their shows.
Yes. Corporates pay
So,
so much कि वो आकर entertain करेंगे हमारे employees.
absolutely. No, in a
Yes.
place
Yes.
like Patna, it's a God-forsaken city. For that, year 3 you can count it. There is a famous Zakir Khan had a show in Bapu
Yeah.
Sabhagar. It's the biggest auditorium in city. There was no seat, my friend. 500
Yes.
rupees ka ticket, there was no seat. So
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
matter, Veer Das comes here and so now I have created a list of 50 odd jobs which have disappeared in the last 10-20 years. You
अच्छा.
remember EPPX operator in the office, the girl who used to sit in the reception and yes sir, whom do you want? And she used to connect. Okay, 23. That job
हाँ
is
हाँ
like,
हाँ हाँ.
there were almost 50 lakh people working in that profession. That is
Yes,
finished.
that's how it
You
is.
remember me and you when we used to get in a lift when we were kids, there used to be a lift man
Yes, 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 yes.
in all the lifts. Though they never used to get permission from municipality if you do not have a lift man.
Yeah,
That job is finished.
yeah, yeah.
There are like so many things, so many traveling salesmen, people who used to come to your doorstep and sell you things. We used to wait for certain salesmen who used to come in the time of winter and sell us pear soap on pear soap
Yeah.
on discount. You remember that? Now they are not
Yes,
there.
yes, yes.
The grocery shops are disappearing in our locality. There are far and few because everything is getting, so either you become part of it. See, understand something. You cannot beat them. You cannot beat technology. You cannot beat change. So either you be part of them, join them. It's better to join them.
Yeah.
So, and human as a race will not extinct because AI will come or some like everybody was talking about Bitcoin a few years back if you are
Yes,
connected to
yes.
finances. And Bitcoin,
Yes.
my feeling was always crypto starts with cry, CRY, crypto. So whoever will get into it, he will cry ultimately. My logic was absolutely simple. I am a finance guy. Exactly.
And actually, it
And
came to be true for a lot of people. I mean, Bitcoin is not doing well.
that's what I'm saying. Everybody claims
Yeah.
to know Bitcoin. And when you sit with somebody and ask him to give you a use case where it's being, a currency is not a currency when you cannot use it to buy and purchase. It is
Very,
as
very
simple
right.
as that.
Yes, yes. So अभी
That's
recently
why
NFT,
currency is all
metaverse,
about.
I mean NFTs भी आए, art बिक रही थी online. There was a trend after COVID. अब एकदम से now we do not see NFT anywhere. Metaverse एकदम से शुरू हुआ. Mark Zuckerberg spent billions of dollars on metaverse. Now we don't see it. So yeah, sometime it works, sometime it doesn't work. Yeah.
There are so many things made. Like, kids, yes, there are a lot of challenge. तो मैंने हमेशा शुरू से कहा, आपने मुझसे एक बात पूछी थी, अब शायद आपने मुझे लिख के भेजा था कि आप क्या एडवाइस देना चाहोगे, the best advice you would like to give students.
हाँ तो we were
my
coming to
advice
that.
always is,
नहीं कमाल जी एक मेरे को मौका दीजिए फिर मैं आपको रैपिड फायर में पूछूंगा वो चीज. So that brings us to the last segment of our show. तो अब रैपिड फायर में I'll ask Kamal sir, what is the best advice for students?
do not chase money.
Wow, that's very deep.
Yeah, do
what
not
is-
chase money. Chase your passion. Do what you like. Frankly speaking, there are a lot of fields today. There are a lot of options. What was
Especially
not there
choosing
5-10 years
unconventional
back.
careers.
Yes. Mate, you go to a site like Fiverr. You can write good ad jingles. You don't need certificates from anybody. You can make $100 every day sitting at your home, sitting at your desk. There are 200 odd jobs waiting for you. You can do it in your free time, leave alone taking it as a full-time profession.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep your eyes open and talk to the right people. Do not talk to. I always have a character. Like when I go to schools and talk to parents or students, I always have a character called Rai Uncle. This Rai Uncle skills our career. He comes to your house, put things in your parents' ears and देखिए उनका लड़का वैसा किया, अब वो कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गया, क्यों नहीं आप इसको वो कराते हैं?
हाँ यही है हमारे करियर का यही स्फेयर है, इसी से ही सब लोग बर्बादी की तरफ जाते रहते हैं.
Exactly. और बाद में बच्चा कहता है कि भाई मुझे कहाँ फंसा दिया.
हाँ तो वो जैसा आपने अभी आउटरेट का वो बताया, मान लीजिए वो जो कॉल करने वाली आप बतला रहे थे, किसी टाइम पे वो बंदा बहुत ज्यादा कमा रहा होगा, पेरेंट ने बोला यार वो वाला लड़का बहुत कमाता है, थोड़े टाइम बाद वो जॉब ही आउटडेट होगी. सो people need to be very abreast about what is coming latest. Yeah, that's very right. That brings me to the next question. What is the worst advice for students?
The same, we just discussed it. Do not copy others. Do not think that a Mahesh, Ahmed or Anand have done very good in merchant navy. He's traveling for 6 months a year or 7 months a year, and whenever he's coming back, he's bringing too much money. Sit with Mahesh and he'll tell you the difficulties they face in the sea every day. So do not copy others. What might be an amazing shoe for that matter? My shoe size is 11. It might not be a right fit for you. It looks very good from afar, that it looks very good, but it might not be a right fit for you. So
Yeah.
never ever copy others.
So,
Never.
yeah. So worst advice in that sense would be जब पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं कि बेटा उसको देख, वो देख कितना अच्छा कर रहा है, तू उसके साथ ही लग जा, उसी को कॉपी करने लग जा, and then yes, that's very good. That brings me to my next question. If you become student for a day, Kamal Saab, what will you do?
आई वुड एक्सप्लोर मोर. मुझे लगता है कि मैं अगर स्टूडेंट बना हूं, मुझे तो बस ठीक है, पढ़ने का टाइम है, सब कुछ है, बट आई वुड स्टिल लाइक टू एक्सप्लोर मोर, क्योंकि हमारे टाइम में इतना ज्यादा इंटरनेट का एक्सपोजर नहीं था. और अभी जो इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन योर फिंगर टिप्स है, वी यूज्ड टू गो टू लाइब्रेरीज टू लुक फॉर स्मॉल थिंग्स. सो अगर मुझे अभी स्टूडेंट बनाया तो आई वुड लाइक टू एक्सप्लोर मोर इन एवरी फील्ड. How can we do things easier? How can we do things faster? How can we connect to more people? So as a student, if you make me a student today, I would like to explore more. That was a simple word.
वो आपका जो वो ट्रैवलिंग का कीड़ा है वो अभी भी चल रहा है, एक्सप्लोरेशन वाला.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
So that brings us to the last question for the day. If there is one law that you would like to implement for all the students, क्या law ऐसा लाया जाए students?
That you have to travel 2 days a month. And travel
Wow.
doesn't mean you have to take a train and travel. No. There are a lot of people living in Delhi, they don't know where is Faridabad. A lot of students, the parent doesn't allow them to go to Faridabad.
Yes,
there is a
yes.
place called Narela. There is a lot of places where you can actually visit in like 2 hours. There are a lot of places. So students, there should be a law that every month you have to spend 2 days outside your city. Let it be, if you can afford, let it be 1,000 kilometer. If you cannot, or if you are comfortable, in India it's such a big population, it's densely populated. Every half an hour there is a new city or a village made.
बहुत सही. Yes.
Why don't you go and talk to people? It will give you a brand new perspective of life. Absolutely brand new perspective. You will start thinking on your own. You don't have to talk to anybody. Because like what famous Salim Khan said, you can buy everything with money. You cannot buy experience.
मजा आ गया सुन के कमाल सर. It was so wonderful hosting you. एंड आपसे
Thank
खुद
you very
मुझे
much.
कितना सीखने को मिला. एंड आई एम श्योर जितने भी हमारे बडीज आउट देयर हु आर लिसनिंग टू अस, दे वुड हैव लर्नड सो मच फ्रॉम यू. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर बीइंग ऑन द शो सर, फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ
Thank
माय
you.
हार्ट.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I didn't realize it's been 30 minutes I'm talking to you. And I'm very passionate about this career option, because what happens is that even in my family I see a lot of kids who actually go down to the pressure by their parents, still struggling. My own cousins, my own people in family, forced to become engineer, forced to
Yes.
become something which they never wanted to do.
Lawyer, doctor, yeah.
Yes, not satisfied with their career, unable to grow, unable. So it really pains you. It's not that they are not good people. They are capable people. But if you just simple, I want to just to end this session with you. You cannot take a fish out of water and ask him to fly, or ask it to fly. You cannot ask fish to fly. But you
Yes.
cannot deny it's a good fish. It swims very fast. So
Yeah.
this
So,
is what don't
so
take the
know
fish out
your
of the water.
passion, know your ability, know where you
Exactly.
have come from. Yes.
Exactly.
So on that
Exactly.
note, we would like to conclude today's session. Thank you so much, Kamal sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
for-
Thank you very much. And hope to talk to you again soon. Thank
Yes,
you.
same here. Bye.
Thank you very much.